They gonna have to, bro.
All right. Shalom, shalom. We the real Hebrew Israelites coming in week out to prophesy the downfall of America in this society. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to those who elect. Lord willing to be a part of that number. We the bros from the Demons Band Chicago. I'm here with
Mine.
And I'm the brother Quadar. And we wanted to go into the topic, because the scripture talks about how Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. All right, and the scripture also mentions in Genesis 49 how Judah is an old lion who shall rouse him up. Okay, and we understand the shooting that, the guy's son was killed, and he just found a random officer and put him to death.
Yeah, because the police killed the son. And now the Elder Malcolm was mentioning earlier how the evidence is coming out, how they said, like in the videos, the real videos, how they said he had a gun as he was jumping out the car and all this shit. But no, they really just shot that little boy, man. Now, granted, it was judgment. The scriptures say evil men understand not judgment, but a righteous man understandeth all things. So, and the scriptures also say all things are double, one against another. So it shows you that the hatred that it got for us, that Esau got for us, and it also shows you the judgment of the Lord. Because even though that wasn't the police who killed him, he was still set up to get judged. On the flip side of that, it was still rousing Israel up, like the brother going into, because it's just a nigga killing it's an Edomite police. His daughter obsessed with BBC now.
Yeah.
He taking that to work. I'm serious.
Jungle fever.
She got that jungle fever, yeah. He taking that shit right to work. Look at that little nigger Tyrone. And he clipping them off. Mm-hmm. But that shows you the perpetual hatred that Esau got for Jake.
You want me to grab that Ezekiel 35?
Oh, you get what you was going to get.
Okay, this Isaiah.
I got the Ezekiel.
Okay. This Isaiah 19 and verse 17. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he have determined against it. All right, and this is prophecy. All right, that Judah will get roused up in these last days because of the, because of the injustice, because of the cruelty of Esau Edom, man. Now our people are realizing that this guy's the fucking devil and he hates you. It
ain't no other way around it. And all Jake realizing that, because see, it goes into Judah, but that's the head tribe. All the tribes follow after that. Because you see the so-called, what they doing with the so-called Latinos, the Northern Kingdom, all the injustice. It's a lot of people speaking out about that because the blacks, just take the blacks, perfect example. The blacks don't like the fact that these Venezuelans and shit coming in here, right? And that's an immediate. But as soon as the police came to snatch these Venezuelans and didn't get none of the Ukrainians and all these Russians and shit, the blacks was like, wait a minute, man, this shit just a white man. Like, no, this ain't right.
Yeah.
So it shows you that the spirit is being stirred up for Jake to really get down on these people, man.
That's right. That's right. He was holding that Ezekiel.
No, I wanted to get something to precept what you had brought out.
Okay.
This is let me see. I gotta find it. No, here you go. Con, this is Micah 5 and it's 5 and 8. Just going back into what you read in that Isaiah and what we was talking about. It says, Micah 5 and 8, and the remainder of Jacob shall be amongst the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a young lion amongst the beasts of the forest, as a lion amongst the flocks of the sheep, who if he goeth through, both do it tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. So that goes into these Jakes. These Jakes gonna get a piece of the pie too, even though they're gonna be out here bugged out killing each other. These Jakes gonna get their hands on you fucking Edomites. These Jakes gonna get their hands on you Arabs at the fucking grocery store. All right, it said, and the remainder of Jacob shall be amongst the Gentiles in the midst of many as a young lion amongst the beasts of the forest, man. All right, it says a young lion amongst the beasts of the forest as a young lion amongst the flocks of the sheep. Yeah, a lion can't fuck with no sheep.
Yeah.
Not the whole flock. It said, who if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. And that's talking about when the Lord stir up these Jakes. all right, to get their hands on you devils, man.
Yeah.
And the Lord gonna give a lot of these jakes the opportunity to do that. Because even though they niggas, you still an Edomite.
Mm-hmm.
The Edomite out. And the Lord gonna clip a lot of their ass off too.
Yeah.
2/3 of them gonna die. But a lot of these niggas is gonna get their hands on you fucking devils, man.
Mm-hmm. Esau realizes when Jake is pissed off, there's nothing they can do. You know, there's multiple clips of Esau tasing, doing all manner of things to Jake. And Jake is just in the spirit, just coming at him, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these niggas are afraid. This is why they use the brutality that they do. It'd be 5-6 Edomites subduing a Israelite. They choking this dude out. The dude ain't got nothing to defend himself, man.
Nothing.
You know?
This Ezekiel 35:5. Perfect. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had it in. Going into what the brother was saying, it's the 6-7 Edomites just putting they fucking shit, knee on you, all type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It says, therefore, as I live, and I done been tied up to the bench and been beat up by the police before. 15, 16, 17 years old. Putting dope on niggas, sending them to jail. All Edomites, bro. I done really went through that, man. These look, the white man is the devil, man.
Okay.
And if you niggas don't get that, look, the Lord just ain't dealing with you, man. You know, it ain't no reason in it. The Lord ain't dealing with you. It says, Ezekiel 35:6, it says, therefore as I live, said Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So, blood coming for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be by these foreign troops, by these niggas that the Lord stirring up, by the hands of your own people, each other. Look, this nation has to go down, man.
That's right.
And the head of this nation is the Edomites. That's why the Lord said he has a sacrifice in Basra.
Mm-hmm.
That goes into America, but it's talking about the nation of Edom. All right? Because you a people before you a place.
That's right. I got one. That's Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And that's Esau. This is Esau's blessing playing out. All right. He has rulership over this world right now. You know, he set up the central banks in damn near every country. You know, he's behind these countries funding both sides for war. So verse 40, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And we understand that that's Esau's, we understand that's his blessing. You know, he rules by the sword. That's right. All right. It says in Isaiah 14, smote the people with a continual stroke. All right. It says in verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Or if his father, and Esau said in his heart, or in his mind, the day of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob.
So I'm going to wait till my father die.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, then I'm going to go kill him.
Yeah. That's that perpetual hatred, you know, and it started from Cain, you know. Hey, because Esau is that same spirit coming back.
That's right. Cain and Abel, Esau and Jacob.
Mm-hmm. And that's the spirit, because you read that Ezekiel 35. It says a perpetual hatred. You go into that word for perpetual, it means everlasting, meaning forever. So it don't matter what time period, it don't matter if you're a Russian Edomite, an American Edomite, a French Edomite, a Spanish Edomite.
Yeah, Edomite. Now, it's people amongst our people, amongst those people that are our people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jakes that look like Edomites, but if he really an Edomite, it's there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's good to say his iron rusted. So his hatred gonna come out. His devil side gonna come out.
Wipe it right off.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, man.
This is Amos 1:11, and me and the brother Iwalomia was going into this about another topic yesterday, and this and that Ezekiel came out. This is Amos 1:11. It says, thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So there you go, once again, perpetually kept his wrath forever. It says, but I will send fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. So the Lord's coming back to destroy these Edomites, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's stirring up you people to realize he's the devil. At least y'all people with some sense, man. Because it's a lot of you niggas that just through. All you Christian apologist niggers. You know, all you foundational blacks. 19 keys. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you know all this bullshit, but you don't know the white man is the devil. And here it is, going into the topic. They still slaughtering Jake to this day, man.
Yeah. All
right? And getting away with it, too. That cop finna be on fucking paid vacation.
Yeah.
That's why I said they are not in trouble as other men. But here it is. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Like I said, even though that wasn't the cop that killed him, he was just in the spirit of that's a cop, man. That's a shit. Look, you take one of ours, we gonna take one of yours. That's just the spirit he was on.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the spirit he had on him. Rolled right up on that nigga and blew his ass away.
Yeah.
Because the Lord seen him to get judged, just like he seen his son to get judged.
That's right.
But he did it to stir up a spirit in Israel, man. Hey.
Yeah.
When that woman got judged, right, in the book of Judges, she got raped, all right, by those Benjamites. But the Lord paid her for committing adultery on the Levite.
That's right. She played the harlot.
She played the harlot, right?
He came back and got her.
He came back to get her. And that's why the Lord told you, look, man, once a bitch leave, fuck that bitch, man. Because even if you, that's one thing, a side note, look, just because you love the bitch don't mean the Lord do. The Lord hate her. That's why he put it in your life to fuck with you, because this bitch got to get marked. Going back to this, full circle judgment. So the Lord did that, right? And then he what happened? He chopped her up into 12 pieces, and he said, now meditate upon this, man. And now it goes until you can meditate, you know, the 12 tribes getting scattered. All right, but them Benjamites still got judged for that because them niggas got put to almost out of extinction for doing that. But at the same time, it shows you the judgment full scale. Shows you how wicked niggers are, those wicked ass niggas to do that, and why they gotta get judged. And it showed how that bitch was wicked and she had to get judged. That's why the scriptures say evil men understand our judgment, but a righteous man understand all things. So we see these things with a manifold vision. We don't just look at this like a plain nigga. Like, oh, he was just a nigga who was mad. Yeah, he was a nigga that was mad. But it's a different spirit on this type of shit. That's why niggas kill niggas every day and it be different. You know, the Lord is stirring up that tension in this place, Babylon, man, because this place is finna erupt, man. You know?
That's right. I have one more for you. This Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that setteth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Hey, and that's the point, man. The Lord is using us, all right, to expose Esau, Edom. All right, and now the whole world is realizing. And he's using the whistleblowers as well, but it's mainly through the prophets. You know, and now the world is waking up to the fact that this guy is the fucking devil. And now our people, these dumbass 2/3, now they seeing like, damn, these niggas just truly hate us. All right, we've been living for years trying to get these people to love us, trying to be equal to them. And these niggas just hate us. Man, fuck these niggas. We finna kill them. And the nigga in the comments, he said he is a he gonna donate to any, you know, Jake that kill an Edomite, because they been killing us for years. You know, that woman that caught that dude, the nigger in that park, you know, they raised up $500K for him.
Yeah.
So it's like a GoFundMe war going on right now. Like,
yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Because, look, hey, that's the spirit. They got mad over this dude, Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
And what happened to Edomites try to rush him, he pulled out the shank. And he shanked their ass, nigga. What the fuck you want him to do? Now, it'd have been funny and cute if they beat him to death, right?
Right.
And didn't do no time. If they would have killed him. Or it would have just been a viral video of two white boys whooping. No, fuck that. You niggas got what y'all needed. He had that shank on his ass, and he hit your ass with a nana Batman. Shorty, Batman, they goofy ass. And that's what the fuck they get. That one Jake, they tried to jump that Jake by the pool with like 6 Edomites. He knocked all of them out. The Lord put the spirit on him, bro. You could tell.
Yeah,
You seen the spirit jump on him.
That nigga was getting tossed to and fro.
The Alabama brawl.
Yep. Legendary.
The Alabama brawl. And we done had brawls way brighter than that against Edomites. I'm going to just tell you that right now. But it's the spirit, man. Definitely, bro. But it's the spirit. The Lord stirring that spirit up. Running these phase, man. Because the pride of thy heart has deceived him, as it says in Obadiah. And people tired of that shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's only going to continue to get worse because the Lord is pushing the spirit, man. You know, and the scripture talks about in 2 Kings 15, all right, one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. So we're going to see these mini race riots and, you know, different wars like this, man. You know, because the scripture prophesies it, you know, and that just shows you how close we are to the end. Okay? So did you have another one?
No.
So, hey, Lord willing, that was edifying. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Kakadash. And double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings to those full elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. Shalom, Kwame Sharala, Wa Baba Ball.